They are rather unassuming as far as appearance goes. With a fairly athletic build. From the neck down, their skin is pretty much stock standard issue with the model of Cyberlimb. From the neck up, there's sort of a boundary of with minor scarring, and their skin color changes, becoming how would I say it? They look much older than the rest of their body would let on. They're at least with fairly wrinkled, with short light brown hair. And indeed, on the Matrix, on the other hand, something entirely different. A heavily augmented samurai with a katana wrapped in rose vines.
Ah, good to know. Lola, what is your physical description and role upon this team?
Lola looks a lot like if Marla Singer was a junkie elf. She has frizzy black hair and is skinny, quite pale, wears sunglasses a lot. Currently, she's wearing a designer suit, which is made out of real tweed, and is wearing dark sunglasses. She also has a hangover and a small head wound. On the Matrix, she looks exactly the same as what she currently looks like in the Mate.
And because you didn't announce it, she is the other half of the Matrix tag team. Also,
right, yes, she's a decker and a face. She, does all those things.
Yeah. Vera, can you please give a quick physical description of yourself and your role on this team?
Vera is slightly on the short side for an elf, coming at just about 5'6". Holy Christ, my mind just went totally blank. Sorry. Today, her hair, black hair, pale skin, just average good-looking elf, really. Looks rather unassuming, not too physically imposing or anything like that. She is a combination street samurai and face.
Good to know. Turkish, what is your physical description and role upon this team?
Turkish isn't very physically imposing. He has, short brown hair and kind of scraggly, I haven't shaved in 4 days beard. He wears a cheap suit, and over the suit he wears a rather expensive looking coat, and he always wears shades. He is a Mishad who acts as the mage, more or less.
Good to know. And finally, our team is rounded out with Booker. What is your physical description and role upon this team?
All right, Booker is he's about on the tall side, 1.85 m. I do not know what that is in feet and inches. I think it's 6'1".
That's okay. I'm from a real country that uses civilized units too.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of a military air to him. Like, he stands very straight. He's got sharp features, hinting at a bit of a European background. His skin is much too dark for his ethnicity. He must have spent a lot of time in the sun somewhere that is not Seattle. Very short time ago. He's got short cropped brown hair, well trimmed, well shaved beard, and he has 2 gleaming cyber eyes. And he does not wear glasses or contacts, though he is wearing I assume a Berwick suit is a pretty good suit. So I will just say he is wearing a pretty nice suit.
Good to know. So, there is
He is a drone Sam. Sorry.
He is a what?
He is a drone Sam, as in he is a Sam that also has some drones that he uses.
So essentially, we've got the 4 major areas of a Shadowrun team covered quite reasonably, which is great. By the way, Lithium, you actually got your right cyber arm. It just took double delivery time, so if you had that much back time, you don't need to pay the extra. Anyway, welcome to your heliwr. A post goes up on Jackpoint. It's generated a bit of talk and a lot of chatter and rumors in the Shadow community. It's a simple text post. The Shotozumi Gumi need people to deal with a person. We don't know why they're in town, nor who they are working for. The person in question is trained, dangerous, and professional to a fault. We're offering 100,000 yen to the team that completes the job. As motivation and good faith, half the money is up front for a suitably qualified set of people. Further details will be distributed through private channels for obvious reasons. The person of interest is called heliwr. They will have seen this post. How do each of you react, Lithium?
Do we go in some kind of order, or whoever just talks first?
I said Lithium.
Sorry, I did not hear that last part. With a rather large amount of confusion, really, it's well, first off, they have not performed much wet work as of now. Well, up to now, but more than anything, it's sort of this seems slightly over the top, with some fairly similar reaction to that. A combination of amusement and confusion. Sorry.
Lola, how do you react to this job posting?
Lola's mind does some really quick calculations, and she's comes to some conclusions. The first conclusion is that whoever this guy is, he's not local, because apparently the Shadowzumi Gumi are running scared of him. Second of all, whoever this person is, they're probably quite competent. Third of all, Welsh-sounding name. They're either Welsh, aka they're an international actor of some description, or they're a magician, because there's a lot of magical sort of myths and legends associated with Welsh folklore, which could provide the basis for someone's magical identity. Either way, she's feeling a bit nihilistic, so she decides to take the job.
Good to know. Vera, how do you react to this job?
Well, let's see, Vera. It's obvious that to her, this immediately, all the warnings and everything, this sounds like another runner that we're being sent after, especially the assurance that they will have seen the post, no doubt about it. A little wary of that fact, given that she's still unproven in the shadows. However, if her fixer passed her on this job, her fixer knows her abilities, and therefore this should be within them. So cautious, but not. We'll go with cautious, just simply that.
Yeah, so Turkish. You know that the Shotozumi Gumi are the largest Yakuza group in Seattle. The Shotozumi Gumi are organized, powerful, and honorable, and have a good record of playing their role in this sort of work pretty faithfully. They look down upon failure, but you can generally trust them. So, how do you react?
So Turkish has like no basis for what the usual Shadowrun is, because he's completely new. So as far as he knows, this is just cakewalk. So he's relatively optimistic about this.
Oh, good to know. And finally, Booker, how do you react to this?
Well, he was having a pretty shitty day so far, so looking at the job seems interesting. He is new in town, so if I could, I assume the fixer sent me this, or this just appeared. Oh.
Your fixer sent you this.
So if I could ring him up and ask him a few things about the Shadowzumi Gumi and this guy by the name of, I cannot pronounce it.
Yeah, sure. So you're ringing up Gareth Newell, correct?
Exactly.
All right. Hey, you see that job I pushed along to you?
Yeah, I did. And, well, Shadowzumi Gumi doesn't really tell me much. You got any info on those?
Yeah. Yakuza group, biggest group in Seattle. You might end up doing a bunch of work for them over your time in town.
And what's their rep?
Yeah, pretty good. They're on top of the dog pile at the moment, really. Yeah.
So who's this guy then? Do you have any information on him, or is he a ghost?
Well, I could start asking about who he is, but that comes under, there's a fee attached.
I understand our agreement. I'm heading off to the meet. If you could do some digging while I'm there, I'd much appreciate it.
All right, I'll get on to it.
Thanks, Gareth. And he will get off and get in his suit. And then, yeah, things happen.
Right. As each of you pass your acceptance of this job back through your fixer, in a short while, your fixer passes back to you a meet location. It is downtown and is actually in the middle of the International District. It is a small karaoke bar. It's actually one that's currently closed for renovations. And if any of you have worked for the Yakuza before, this is distinctly not the bar that they use for meets. In fact, this is a bar at least 5 blocks away from their usual meet location. So, let's talk about downtown. Now, downtown is a relatively high security area. It's not that you can't work downtown, it's that, bringing heavy armament or scruffy clothes downtown just gets you watched a little more. So yeah, Lola has a low lifestyle. So, I mean, she can definitely bring a, cyber-implanted auto shotgun, but that's pretty well hidden. So can you just make a very simple threshold 1 etiquette check to pass downtown without attracting too much attention?
Yes, sir.
By the way, both Lola and Turkish take 1 stun at the beginning of the game. Now, Victor. Right. What kind of gun?
It's a Ruger Super Warhawk.
Okay, so it's a big-ass heavy pistol. And you
Yeah.
have a low lifestyle, is that correct?
Yes.
Right, could you please make a threshold 2 etiquette check? And how are you getting actually from Everett to downtown?
I'd have to either catch a taxi or get public transport at some sort.
Alright, let's see this etiquette check before I say any more.
Give me a moment.
Ouch, man. Public transport. Don't let anyone vomit on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll just bust through this pretty well. Remington Suppressor is a heavy pistol, correct?
Do what?
Oh, shit, you're talking to me?
Yes.
It is a machine pistol.
Oh, right, yes. And you have a low lifestyle, medium lifestyle, don't you?
Yes, medium lifestyle.
Could you also make a threshold 2 etiquette check? And how are you getting to the meet?
He is taking his Nissan hauler.
Good to know. So, Turkish, you managed to quite easily navigate your way downtown on the public transport. It's a bus and then a light tram, but it's not bad. Nobody, sits beside you masturbating furiously today. Thank goodness. That sort of thing only happens out in the Barrens. So you managed to get to the place. Now, Booker.
Ah, shit.
You're driving a Nissan Hauler, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a van, isn't it?
And it is under SUVs.
So it's an SUV. Yeah, sure. So you're driving along and you notice, annoyingly, in AR, a City of Seattle public surveillance tag icon.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
So wait, could you repeat exactly the icon, what it looks like?
Yes. It is a image of a camera overlaid over the icon of Seattle.
And that is watching me, apparently.
Well, it's an icon. Yes.
I am driving under the legal speed limit. I'm using grid guide. I will just